Before live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jay Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 480.
Cool.
Yeah, 480.
Yeah.
Nice round number.
Yeah, it's supposed to get up to 80 today, maybe. Right.
Yeah, no, yesterday I was at the doctor and I got an immunization, so I'm not
Oh,
feeling all the
mhm.
best today. Bleh. Um, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be 90 here soon." And I was like, "I that's too much." Going from
Just
like
stop. We're
40s at
good.
night to 90 is like, come on, like weather, come on, make up your mind.
Yeah. So that's how it's going in Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but for the retreat, we have a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but some of the goodie bag stuff has started to pour into their various locations. So we're very excited about that. And if you've donated a prize, thank you so much. And if there's anybody out there that is wanting to donate another prize, we would happily pass that along to our wonderful attendees and send it to various parts of the United States. Um, to be shared with their folks where they are. So, um, yeah, you're welcome to reach out via the contact us link on our web pages or, yeah, just Amy at Stockinette Zombies or prizes at Stockinette Zombies if you want to talk with Christy, who is coordinating our prizes this year. So,
Thank you so much,
uh,
Christy.
yeah, so we're trucking along. Uh, I
Yeah.
I might I might be driving up to the cities this weekend. So if you know, you know. That's one of our staples in our goodie bag. So
Yes. Yeah. That a lot of like we're not a national park, but a lot of national parks
right.
also participate.
Yeah. So we're just gearing up, right? Because June is very soon.
Yeah, June is imminent.
Yeah, yeah. We might be able to say June is now soon,
Yes.
by next time we record. So yeah.
Absolutely by next time we record. Yeah, early next week I will be out of town, but then coming back and yeah, doing all the things in the sprint to the finish line. Excited for everybody that's making their travel plans. And yeah, excited to see you. Rochester is always excited to see the knitters. And we've got some yeah, new restaurants downtown, some new things to see downtown. I did the Med City Meander
Mm.
this past weekend and got to see a lot of construction, but also a lot of stuff that's going on around the city. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
excellent.
super
Yeah, I
excited.
think the only thing I was going to call out, do we have an end date on getting your entries in for the ZK Craft Along?
Thought it was the Monday before the retreat. But
I'm looking at the dashboard right now. Do we have it on the dashboard? Probably not. How about the enter your project? I bet it says on there. Yes. Get your entries in by 11:59 p.m. Monday, June 15th.
that is,
So I've got a couple, I've got one in flight that you won't see today because it's not a work in progress, it's an FO, and I've got a couple of FOs that I need to take pictures of and get in. It's
mhm.
never too late to add your participation.
Right. Yeah. If you
I
just
know.
joined us and because I recently sent out invitations or how
Welcome.
things have been working. As soon as you fill out your registration form is when you get all of our emails. So I had some people recently fill out their registration forms and got added to Team Clover or Team Horseshoe. So anything that you started from the beginning of the year, if you've got them documented in Ravelry, you just kind of loop through and enter all the things that you have knit. Right now, only the things for this month will have bonus challenge points. But
It
all
all
the rest of
counts.
it,
It all
vendors,
counts. Yeah.
designers, all that stuff will count. So get them
Yeah. And
entered.
just sheer yardage counts as well. Like maybe you
Yes, yes,
made a
anything.
huge blanket, right? Yeah. Go for it.
Mhm.
Woo. Anyway, excited. We try to do our best to yeah, evenly distribute craft along members, but you never know.
Right.
You get what you get. So it's a fun little competition that we do, and a way to have some camaraderie with some folks that, yeah, teams that are also attending the event. All
Cool.
right, you want to talk about FOs?
Sure. So, tying back into the retreat, this month we had some charity knitting. And what my brilliant idea was to try to do a titty pool. So instead of a kiddie pool, we're going to put a little, I don't know if it's going to be a hard plastic or an inflatable one, but probably an inflatable one, child's pool. Uh, Probably the smallest one I can find, just so that it looks abundant. But if you bring your knitted knockers, we will have the opportunity to stuff them and get them ready to distribute. I do plan on ordering some little mesh bags so that they're kind of neatly organized, and we can put a little tag on them to say what size you knit, along with just kind of care instructions and things like that. So we will try to get that tied up and ready to go. But along that lines, I have a lot of boobs. So I have, let's see, I'm trying to get them paired up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of knockers of various sizes. So 10 total. I know as prosthetics, you don't always get a double mastectomy, so they might split them up,
Yep.
but I do like to knit them in pairs. And then, yeah, so super excited. I haven't talked to Megan about this yet, but I was kind of thinking we might want to reach out to Lion Brand and see if we might acquire some of this Kobu to have available at the retreat.
Oh
And then
yeah.
people can knit their own booty. Because again, I did a full pair in one evening. These things are not that taxing. So if you set your mind to it, you could probably do 3 pairs throughout the retreat.
Oh,
Um, so it would be kind of nice to have some of this yarn that I've been using, which is really nice and lovely to, yeah. Anyway, knitted knockers. I'm excited. I want to see my titty pool. So even if it's only these 10 titties in it, uh,
yep.
we'll get it started. So
Yeah, absolutely.
there's
And it's always a great feeling, amassing. We've got a lot of people attending. If a lot of people do a little, it ends up with a lot, right? And yeah, I think in the past we've done like the preemie hats, right?
Mhm.
Because you had a baby that arrived early. And that's always, yeah, fun to see the huge stack of little baby hats that we're able to contribute as well. The challenge is not just knitted knockers, it's all charity knitting.
Yes.
So yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, there's definitely charity shawls, hats, the woolly warm, trying to put hats in the hands of people who are homeless. So yeah, more on to the next here. I
Yeah.
had
No, and I wasn't discounting your titty pool at all. It's just like there's lots of opportunities to do good across the board. So yeah, excellent.
So then we have here we have finished object. This is a Summer Lee pattern. I did the Flegel heel. So I didn't decided against doing the get myself those extra bonus points and grab an OMG heel. Took it straight from the book from Summer Lee. And
Hmm.
then yeah. So anyway, this is Farmer's Daughter's Fibers, their May colorway. I already have the June colorway, rockin' and rollin'. And yeah, excited to
Fun pair of
be able
socks.
to, yeah, get a pair of socks. Another thing that is part of our bonus points is knitting these little mini things. So
Yay!
I have a hamster. This pattern, the hamster has wings, so it's like a hamster fly or something. But I decided against the hamster fly and just did a little hamster without his wings. And then in that same pattern, there's a bunny bee, and I decided to just do a regular bumblebee. So I've unmorphed them, but thought he was super cute.
Yes.
And then this is a free pattern that Anna has on her in her set. It's a tiny rose. So if you wanted to make a tiny rose, it doesn't take much. And yeah, so and that's a free pattern. I didn't put eyes on this one. I kind of wanted the flower to stay on, I don't know, alive. Didn't want to put
Anamorphic.
eyeballs on. Yeah, I didn't want to make it alive. But yeah, look, a little rose. It's very cute. So those are my tiny things. I plan to make a few more before the retreat. Probably do one of the gnomes for sure. I have some yarn that I could make the naked gnomes where you make the little butt. I think I might make a few of those. It'll be fun. And it's one or two colors. It's the body and the hat. So that'll be it won't be as much futzing if it's just a naked gnome. And then last but not least, I have this is finished. So it did block wide and not long. And
Because of all
I,
those
yeah,
slip stitches, right? Yeah.
and I still think of this as one of those don't raise your hands kind of tops still. So
Yep.
this is going to be banished, or not banished, but relegated to wearing with dresses. I tried to wear it with pants and a tank top, and you saw a good portion of the tank top most of the day. So I think that this is best with dresses then. So
Yeah. And that's the Velocore by Andrea
yes.
Mowry, right? Yep.
Yep.
So pretty. It's so pretty. It is giving I didn't see it when you were when it was a work in progress, but it is giving like Viking vibes. Like
Yeah.
these are
Or
Vikings
northern
colors.
Iowa.
Okay.
I went to
That's fair.
college for UNI, and they are purple and gold as well. So,
Yep.
but yes, Vikings vibes for sure. Good thing I live in Minnesota.
Yes. Yes.
But
And
yeah,
our poor
love the pattern. This is the second time I've knit it, and the tips and tricks are just from what we had said last time. The thing, because of the slip stitches, it does not grow very much vertically. So you want to knit the length that you actually want it. And it's a bottom up. So you need to count on that on in the early days of your knitting. It also, this length or this size and length, so quite a bit of fabric here, is only two of the purple and one of the yellow, and then just barely scraps of the line. So and actually the yellow, I don't think I could weigh it, but it was, if you had some leftovers that was kind of half the ball, I think that you could probably get away with it. Now, I would, I would have to weigh to make sure to be able to tell you that. But I
always
would say if
reference the
you,
pattern.
yeah, if you broke into a skein and didn't, only took like a mini worth of yarn out of it. It didn't use the whole ball of yarn. I was not on fumes towards the end, right? The purple was the thing that was like eking out at the end with the two skeins. So
Yeah. So pretty, so pretty. Yeah, I'm yeah in love with the being able to combine some of those not single ladies, but like definitely not like a full on you could make a color work
mhm.
or cabled and laced, full motif sweater kind of bouncing around in my stash. I think at one point I was like, oh, I can grab two skeins and I can make something awesome with it, right? And those are a little harder, like you were saying, to like eke out
Mhm.
something with. And so, yeah, short sleeve and then combining it with a couple of other colors like really stretches the utility of those, yeah, kind of smaller quantities, I guess, of smaller yardage.
Yeah, and I mean, to to make mention, I would say that um, it's the V-neck t-shirt with the mohair in it. That's a
Rocket
good
tea.
one. Rocket
Hmm.
tee. That's a good one for two skeins. I have made it in like I think a 48-inch bust with just two skeins. It's super because it's on the really big needles compared to what the size of the yarn is, and it's very flowy. You can get quite a bit of size out of just the two skeins of yarn. Also mention, is it? I don't know. Is it literally over the top or the other one, the V-neck one from you?
Hmm. The literally over the top. Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it Beach
that
Please? Maybe it's Beach Please. Um, literally
Beach
over the
Please
top
has
for
the
beach.
afterthought neckline.
Oh, okay. So then it
Yeah.
must be the literally over the top. That
Oh,
one, as another two skein project, I've gotten quite a few different sizes out of it because it has the lace that opens it up and very pretty. So yeah, lots of options and striped so that you can, take multiples as your alternate. So if you have three colors that kind of go good together with a one other color, you could get an entire sweater out of it. So
yeah, yeah, especially with the short sleeves too. Because like again,
yes.
I don't know that everybody has internalized this, but like they say that like the yoke of a sweater is generally because it starts out small and it gets is generally a third of your
Yeah.
yarn. The body is the other third, and then the two sleeves combined is the last third. If you're looking at a full sweater's worth. So, like, yeah, if you were turning a full sized long sleeve sweater into a short sleeve, you could chop off a third of the yardage.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah. And yeah, do some striping math, which is
Hmm.
always the kind of hard part, right? Like if you've got a little bit more. Anyway, I've definitely been living that like eke the most out that you possibly can life, but more of like the immobile version. So I do have a sweater on the needles right now, but I haven't finished something large, just small things. So I think like last time I showed these parting it up and just I just did the partying it up, the toe up version,
Hmm.
with some green that I had left over and some pink and the pink I literally I have a full skein of. You'll see it in other places. Amy, your camera went off, just FYI. And then some
You're back.
stripes of the of some self striping. There you are. And so yeah, again, like I thought I was going to use every last. I did 4 to 2, so you get 4 rows of the pink and two of the. And I kind of like that. It gives a little bit more of a pinstripe effect. Although you could, like with the stripes I'm wearing, right, do some thicker and then a thinner, and then you get like a full on pinstripe effect. But yeah, summer came around. I felt like the shorties that I had had were either threadbare or in the bottom of a pile or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to make some shorties. It's been a while. I've really been maximizing the leg length on some of my yarn. So yeah, woolens and nosh and some Kato yarn here. And some nice little summer shorties with a fun arrow motif. Also did another partying it up, this time again with 3 colors, 2 variegateds in equal stripes. And then you'll see in my last, so I finished 3 pairs of socks. My last pair of socks, I did do the heel with the contrast color, which is really fun. I love the way it pops, but it also adds it adds
And
things to weave in an area where like sometimes it's nice to reinforce that edge and other times it's like, oh, I don't want this end here. um so yeah, I think this was some suburban stitcher that was left over from a sweater project. I believe the purple is some Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Quantum Leap colorway, and the red was some Fangirl before it was Keenan
Hmm.
yarns. So yeah, again, just some really fun, almost like watercolor stripes, right? And then I feel like the touches of the other color really make the other two kind of juxtapose each other. But again, like at the end of this, I was like, did I even use any of the because it's stretching three colorways, so substantially. I don't know. Again, I'd love to be able to just use up all of the leftovers, but like I said, I was like, shorties. I need some shorties in my life. So you'll definitely see these on my feet at ZK, because I want to have those shorties in my life. And then I think these were when it got a little colder, and I was like, shorties, what? I need light coverage. And so a gray from Sun Valley Fibers, that same green that you saw as the pop here, that I had a full skein of. And then this is when I went to Virginia Beach from Queens City. A really fun colorway there, with lots of different colors kind of jumping out. But the gray as that baseline, the other color as the changes kind of watercolor. And then, yeah, absolutely love the contrast heel, toe, and cuff. But I was shaking my fist at past Megan for not just sticking with the gray or the
Hmm.
multicolor when I was weaving in ends. So yeah, and a full leg there. But yeah, having fun with I have my last year's ZK bin full
Hmm.
of sweater leftovers or sock leftovers. And last year, I think at this time I was making Ellie's blanket. So like a blanket like this, the
Hmm.
entrelac and key, kind of general, and using up single ladies and scraps. And this year it's like, okay, nope, I'm in that same mode at a similar time of year, but instead I'm making socks, which I don't necessarily need. Um, if anybody out there wants to point me towards like a charity that's interested, I would feel like woolen socks would be really great for the unhoused, like you were talking about, hats, which are a little more universal. But you do see those commercials. Why can't I remember the name of the socks that when you buy a pair, they donate a
Well,
pair
bombas.
to, yeah. Yeah, and they're like, that's one of the most requested, items at the shelters. And I'm like, I could probably knit some socks for her. So they're hard wearing, right? And they don't stink as quickly as the cotton socks do, with the wool. But maybe, yeah, the washing would probably be the part
I,
that, yeah, if you got the high nylon super wash, yeah.
I would say that we could contact the landing and see if they have any feelers for charities for that stuff, or if they would take them. That's a local unhoused charity. So
Yeah. And you could do it without heels too, right? I mean, they would be a
yep,
little less like
tube socks. Yeah.
awesome, right? But yeah, if you made tube socks, could also fit a variety of feet.
Oh, see
So
now, Megan, there's a reason we buy the cranking machine and share it. We can just make tube socks out. Yeah. Any excuse to buy a new gadget, I'm all on
can
board.
it make the fun arrows though? No, it cannot.
No.
But yeah, hoping to have my 716 sweater done in time for the event, onto the sleeves, which are where I'm more likely to stall out, which is funny that like I will knit socks like the day is long, but then I get to the sleeves of a sweater and I'm like, oh.
Yes, it feels very ironic.
It's a little different. It's attached to something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so different.
So different, so different. But yeah, no, beautiful finished objects, Amy. Really love
Thanks.
your sweater, and your socks are fun as well. Definitely feeling the striping and the multicolor, right?
Yes, yes. My next knitting project with the Farmer's Daughter's Fiber, I do have the Pom Pom magazine that they contributed to, and there's this beautiful like quilted pattern called Starflight. I'm excited. It's giving me a lot of mojo to get that pattern going. So Yeah.
Yeah, and those that are joining us in June, yeah, start figuring out what you're going to bring to knit. If it's not boobs, what will it be? Yeah.
Yeah. We're excited.
Yes.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Uvta. All right. She is done.
Okay.